to okay, fantastic. Add floating controls. Good morning, everyone. Please unmute yourself. Everybody, please unmute yourself. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to, Moyo, how are you? Itunu, unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay.
I have done that, sir.
Yes, you've just done that. Moyo, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Great, great, great. Great to see everyone. I hope this meeting is being recorded. I think it is. If not, we'll be in trouble if it is not recorded, because it's I can't find my meeting control again. If I press escape, maybe I'll find it. Escape, yep. Okay, good. The meeting is being recorded. I can confirm that. Can we just all settle down, please? Rachel. Hide floating meeting controls. And can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've also sent you the presentation, the PDF copy of the presentation. What we are going to do going forward is that we're going to try and keep our teaching and our meeting to just about 30 minutes so that the video is not too large and it's in bite sizes so that you guys can understand it. I just want to address a couple of general issues, and we'll have a two-part presentation. But I see that everybody came in on time today. Thank you very much. I think that that should be the habit going forward. We are far behind schedule in the things that we set out to do this year, and we're already at the half point of the year. I also want to commend Tokumbo. And Tokumbo, please permit me to share this. But there's something about diligence and reliability. Tokumbo traveled to Benue on Friday, and he returned from Benue in the early hours of this morning, and he's still at work. I think that's very commendable, and that's an essence of reliability. But I also want to commend each one of you for staying true and for staying put. There's a lot that we are going to be doing, right? And the last couple of months may have looked very difficult, unstructured, and people have had low period. It doesn't matter if you fall off, we'll share the recording. People have had low motivation, and most importantly, we have had one exit, which is rather unexpected, but that is life. Over the next couple of weeks, right? I will be doing this teaching, but I'll try to do it in a more structured manner. We will also try to ensure that people are engaged, and I'll try and define some of these terms as we go along. But it's also important that everyone is clear about their role and that they know who to go to where there's lack of clarity, if they are not feeling happy, or they have issues around their work. When dealing with people and staff, there's a lot, babysitting, etc. We speak a lot of grammar in terms of attributes and all of that. But at the end of the day, we want each staff to be happy, we want each staff to be engaged, and we want each staff to be productive. And we'll be addressing those traits and characteristics as we go along, but in a less overwhelming manner. I know the last couple of weeks have been overwhelming for some of you, but from where I sit, I don't see why it should have been overwhelming. As we go along as well, we'll train you guys in time management, leadership characteristics, and all of that. And you will learn how to manage your time so that you don't create pressures, how to deal with assignments, how to deal with tasks. I had some interesting conversations over the weekend that shows that we need to understand what we are doing. How do we keep records of our work? How do we know that our work is valued? These are all of the issues that have come up in the course of the last couple of weeks and kind of snowballed on Wednesday. But the good news is this: we are closer to achieving our goals than we think, and we are making progress. And in the next presentation that I'm going to share with you guys, you will see that we are making some progress, if not exactly the progress that we expect, but at least we are making progress. Again, you have the presentation. I will share the video today without fail so that you can watch it overnight and be prepared as we go along. So let's go to the presentation for today. Essentially, what I want to do today is to kind of give you a bit of background as to what we set out to do, when we set out to do it, and what the impact is for the firm. Eniola, you can mute Eniola and Doris, Eniola, Doris, and Moyo. You can mute yourself. If you need to speak or ask a question, please use the chat room, and I'll try and answer the question. That way, we can spend the next 30 minutes productively. So essentially, what is BB Solar SEAP? SEAP is Solar Energy Access Program, and our vision is to deliver solar products to the last mile. But who are we and what are we? Are we a solar company? Are we a distribution company? Are we a manufacturer? Are we a... Doris, please mute yourself. Eniola, Moyo, mute yourself. Everybody, please mute yourself. Perhaps I can see if I can mute everyone. Controls, mute all participants. Nope. Controls, participants. Okay. All right. So I'll try and explain what we are and who we are, so you guys begin to have a shared understanding. Everybody's at the same page, right? Everybody knows what to do. They know about the product. We're not mis-selling the product, particularly when we start selling the products. So what is the problem statement? What are we trying to deal with, right? The key challenge is that the distribution of solar products to the last mile in Nigeria remains a significant challenge. There are products, okay? There are products by Zola, there are products by Total, there are products by Azuri. Okay. There are products by Sun King, M Copper, D-Light, Olu. There's so many products, okay? On our own, we've also met with, we're talking to Mifeji. We've had meetings with SolarWorks, and we've also had meeting with, Moyo, please remind me of the name of the company. It's a major company in Nigeria. If I remember their name, but we have two partners that we've had meetings with between March and April. So there are partners that we want to onboard. But the critical challenge is, how do we get the products to the last mile? And that is really who we are. That's our business. Our business is getting the products in the hands of the people. We're not creating our products. We are acquiring partners. We buy the products from the partners, and then we get our agents to sell this product. That's what we have done in the past. Now, what are we trying to do now post-COVID? We're trying to digitize, do a digital transformation. Some of you may have been to the warehouse. We used to have 6 offices. We used to have 3 offices in Lagos and 3 offices in Abuja. We have closed down all the offices in Abuja. We have closed down 1 office in Lagos. We still have a showroom in Onikon that has products in it. We'll take a decision on what to do with that. But we'll keep Ikeja, right? Ikeja is our warehouse and our distribution center. But what happened? We had about 600 customers across Lagos, both on pay-as-you-go, cash products. We have done 400 units as a project in Ondo State in a community. These are between 2018 and 2019 into 20. Then COVID happened. We shut down, we remained open for 6 months. In the first 6 months of COVID, there was no transaction coming in and customers stopped paying us. Necessarily, we had to shut down the business. And now we are restarting again. I think at peak of the business, we had over 50 staff and close to 100 agents. So it is not necessarily a new business. The business has just been interrupted, right? And we now need to restart the business, but we're not going to do it the way we did it before. We're going to go lean, and we're going to use, sorry, I need to take this call, I don't know who it is. Hello? 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 Okay. So essentially, we're going to use digital means to revive the business. But what is the challenge, which is the critical thing, is that distributing products to the last mile remains a challenge, okay? And when you read the presentation in your spare time, you can ask me questions around what the pictures mean, etc. Let me admit Moyo and Sunu, okay? But essentially to understand the solar business, right? Upstream is research and design, or research, design, and development. Then you have production. That's the upstream part of the solar business. Then you have that's where after production, then distribution starts. Okay, so people do R&D, they create new products, they produce the products. Most production happens in China, right? Then they need to market. Marketing is just about creating awareness for your product. Then sales is the actual selling of the product. But for you to sell a product, you have to distribute it. Okay, then you have the payment and collections. Are they paying you cash or are they paying you pay as you go, right? Then you have financing. Okay, who pays, if you are doing credit, who finances the customers, the consumer credit. Then you have after sales support, which is why we have a customer service unit. Now we have done all of this in the past, and that is the way we are set up. Okay, now when you begin to go through the Aspire course, which I would also encourage you guys to complete this week, we'll give you all the material for the Aspire course, ASPIRE. I think that if you take one day, if you spend 1 hour or 2 hours, you're going to finish each of the courses. And I think that if we are diligent this week, we can complete the course. But we still have up till the 30th of July to go through the materials. Moyo has completed the course. I think that she will do 2 trainings a week. So she will take 2 of the courses in a week. I don't know how long it's going to take, but you guys also have to read it by yourself, just like we're doing on the digital marketing course. And I see that some people have completed the course, which is good. Josephine, congratulations on completing the Google Digital Marketing course. And I expect everyone to, and she's also completed the Facebook blueprints. Even though we've had some gaps on the training, I expect that people would maintain the calendar. And when we come to time management, we'll deal with these things as well. But while I'll go back and forth, but let me say this again regarding morale, right? That there is no reason why people should feel overwhelmed if they have work to do or think that they have downtime. We'll share with you how we think you should work. 8 to 9, you should be in the office, you should be studying. 9 till 12, you should be executing your task, which will be digital marketing. Now, for those that have other tasks aside from digital marketing, you will create a routine. And I think one of the first trainings on the Aspire module, you don't have the handout, but we'll provide it for you, is just how do you move people from working in a scattergun approach to working in a routine manner. Then the other issue that has come up is how do you reduce workload? But permit me to go back to this presentation. So the challenge is, how do we distribute products? How do we get the products to the user? We can see already that there are so many OEMs. OEMs mean original equipment manufacturer. So there's D-Lite, there's M-Copa, there's Azuri, there's Lumos, there's Total, there's Zola, there's Sun King. And the beautiful thing is that we have partnered with at least 3 to 4 of them. We have distributed Sun King products in the past. We have run pilots in Abuja and Lagos and Ondo. We've worked with Azuri before. That partnership has come to an end. But we distributed over 300 Azuri pay-as-you-go products in Lagos and Ogun states, right? And Total is our strongest partner. By the time you guys go to the showroom, you will see what they have done. They branded our office in Abuja and in Lagos, the showrooms. And then we have onboarded Zola, but we have not started transacting on Zola. But at least Zola has trained us. And Moyo is competent to train you guys on the Zola products. One of the things, I've just spoken to Zola today, we will kickstart that relationship without fail by 1st of July. So what are the distribution challenges? One, there's a weak distribution infrastructure. There's a high distribution costs. Lack of local knowledge. Agents, and no, the manufacturers don't have local knowledge. They just think, oh, Nigeria is a big market. But they don't understand the challenges of doing business in Nigeria. Everybody says, oh, Nigeria is a big market. We went on a study trip to Kenya before we started this business. Myself and a gentleman called Palumi. We went to Kenya. We looked at how they were distributing solar products. If you have been on the Aspire course, the East Africans, they are very easygoing. Normally, they say that the universal poor, they have the same attributes. It's a lie. Nigerians are different from everybody in the world. Even you guys in the office, if I set up the same office in Kenya, right, it will run smoother and faster than it is running in Nigeria. If I set up the same office in Ghana, and I've set up an office in Ghana before, some of the little challenges that we are dealing with, they would not exist. Nigerians are a unique set of people. We are very smart, we are very ambitious, we are corny, if that is acceptable to say, not in a negative way, but yes, Nigerians are, sorry, I want to hide floating. Okay, so Nigerians we are religious, we have high morals, but we are also hustlers. If you compare Nigerians to Ghanaians or to Kenyans, there's a marked difference. So there's need for understanding the local business environment. People will tell you there's no money, there's no money, there's no money. You are trying to sell them a product that will improve their life. But instead, they will go and use that same money to be eating catfish. They will borrow money to do party. People will buy iPhone for their girlfriends and boyfriends. But they will tell you that there's no money. On a lighter note, the average Nigerian girl, right? The hair on her head is probably 1 month rent. Sometimes, again, you see some people on Okada, but they are carrying a house on Okada. Hair, 600,000. Phone, 600,000. Clothes, Gucci. Bag, Louis Vuitton. But they are flying Okada. So Nigerians are completely different. And we must understand we must have local knowledge, know how people make their buying decisions, what is important to them. I want to say something that for Nigerians, right, peer pressure is the easiest way to sell to people, which is why in Nigeria, they call the generator, I better pass my neighbor. Meaning that if your neighbor has something, you want to have something better than him. We're completely different. So your Harvard textbook, your MIT textbook, those are principles. Your Igbesa Crawford business, whatever you know, whatever theory you have learned, there are frameworks. You need to have a deep understanding of the people that you are dealing with. And we have done the work. We have done physical surveys. We have gone to the areas that we are trying to sell in. We know the people. Then there are collection challenges. We have tried to sell pay-as-you-go before. Never give a Nigerian credit. Those of you that have done business before, you know this. Never borrow a Nigerian money. We don't have a good credit culture. If somebody comes and borrows money from you, kiss that money goodbye. How many of you have experienced somebody come to borrow money from you when they are in a difficult situation? And then they just behave as if, so you see them eating, living the good life, but they have refused to pay your money. Raise your hand, either physically or using the hand raise button if you have experienced what I described. How many of you go to church, right? And I've seen people come to church, okay? They come from far, right? They come to church, and then all of a sudden, when you are going, they say, I don't have transport to go back. Can you give me a lift? Okay, so when it comes to credit, right, we as Nigerians, we don't know how to manage finances. I mean, we're all Nigerians here, so I can be direct. And this is an internal training, right? So let's be direct, let's break down the boundaries. Then there's low awareness. Nigerians tend to think that they know something, but in reality, they don't know what they think they know. They have heard somebody say it, then they think they know. So how do we create awareness of solar and the importance of solar to people? Those are the distribution challenges that we see, that we have experienced and we have codified. Okay, now on consumer finance, there's an improving landscape. And then to the after-sales support, there's an agent network challenge. It is very expensive to recruit agents. We used to go around all the local governments in Lagos State, and all the papers are there. You will see why I think we're going digital. We have 3 vehicles in the office, a bus and 2 cars. Those cars used to go to local government every day. Shagamu, Ikorodu, and Akunwojo, Badagry, to go and try and recruit agents. It didn't work. It was expensive. Every time we loaded the vehicle, it was costing us 50,000 naira a day per vehicle to recruit agents. At some point, we had agents coming to the office for training, and we have those pictures. Once I load up the resources, you can go and see some of the historical things that we have done in the past. It will improve your confidence. We have hosted a team from I think Brazil, or either from Germany, that came to understudy our operations in that office where you guys are sitting today. At some point in time, the warehouse was full to the brim with Azuri products, and we distributed them. So we have run an operation. We understand the business. We understand the distribution challenge, and it isn't easy. My role is to think through, how do we make it easy? How do we make it more cost effective? And that's the project that I'm working on, both from a business perspective and from an academic perspective. I started a PhD on this project in this area. I put it on hold. Once I deal with all of these setup issues, I'm going to pick it back up. Okay, I consult for the REA, and I consult for global organizations trying to enter the market. It's been a challenge that I've focused on over the last 5 years. And this has been the toughest transaction that I've done in my entire career. We built a car park in Campbell Street, the first car park in Lagos State, an event center. It took 18 months to do, very easy. We bought a bank, a development finance bank in Abuja for a client. 6 months, very easy. But solar, we have been on it for 5 years. We are still knocking, we are still trying to scratch the surface. Not just us, everybody, Azuri, Zola, Total, Sun King, everybody's still trying to figure out the distribution challenge. People think that, oh, Nigeria has a huge market. It will sell 30,000, 100,000, but this is not a phone. And that goes back to the philosophy and the psychology of people. If I ask each one of you that would you use your money to buy the Total Home Sunshine, all of you will say no. We have tried it before, so I won't even try it again. If those of you in the residence, if somebody say, oh, contribute money and go and buy one Home Sunshine, 35,000, you will say no. It cannot carry fridge. It does not have fan. The one will give you the one that has fan. It's 250,000 naira. You will say no, it's too expensive. But if somebody came to the office and brought iPhone 600,000 and say, I will give you this iPhone, pay over time, almost all of you will choose the iPhone. But you want to choose a phone, but you don't have power to charge the phone. If you go to the market and say, oh, let me sell you a solar product, oh, I want to carry refrigerator. I don't want to use NEPA. The Total Home Sunshine, which is 3 million naira, cannot even carry AC. So we need to understand the product, we need to understand the people, and we need to understand the terrain. So 80 million Nigerians do not have access to reliable and clean energy. That is a fact. Now, to the agent network challenge, agents are poorly remunerated, they have low motivation, and there's a skills gap issue, and there's poor product knowledge among agents. When we say poorly remunerated, Sun King, we try to do Sun King products. The margin is so poor. That's why Sun King is having issues with their agent network. I've been in a meeting with Sun King where I asked the product manager, can you define your agent remuneration? They couldn't. The lady did not even understand it. Now, agents work for money. So what is our solution? We've talked about the problem. Let's go to the solution, okay? So all of these problems, right, make it difficult to deliver efficient services and products to the last mile end user, okay? So this is the solution. Reaching the bottom of the pyramid requires a cost-effective mass market solution, which can be achieved by a strong agent network and retail point of contact. Please, when you are reading this handout, I've already sent it to you, ask questions around the meanings of the words. And then why is it contradictory? Who noticed the contradiction in the solution? We want to go digital on the one hand, right? We want to go digital. But we're saying that to reach the bottom of the pyramid, you need to have a cost-effective mass market solution and a retail point of contact, meaning that there must still be a physical exchange of the products. So you must be able to hand over the product from an agent, right? Okay, or from whoever. I'm looking for something that will show. Okay, you must be able to take the product, right? Okay, this, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Let's see. Okay, you must be able to take the product, okay, and hand it over to an agent. So there must be a physical point of contact. Yet we want to be a digital business. So it means that somewhere in the middle, right, there must be third-party logistics, right, that will connect our digital initiatives to deliver the product to the end user. And when we go to part 2 of the training, you will see how our objective, which is one sentence or 3 objectives, you will see that there are over 20 underlying projects that we need to do to deliver on our vision. Then you now have the COVID situation as well. Okay, so it means that one, we need to have a strong agent network. We need to have retail points of contact, and we need to sell to the masses, right? So, and what does that mean? We need to sell plenty products because we're dealing with the bottom of the pyramid. Okay, so we understand that the OEMs are already in Nigeria, and there are a number of OEMs looking to come into Nigeria. Over 100 product manufacturers want to come into Nigeria. So the market is huge. What is our distribution solution? We want to build a strong distribution infrastructure, and I will explain that to you. Our distribution infrastructure is our agent network. We want to reduce the cost of delivering. Can you stop slouching, please? Thank you. We want to reduce the cost of delivery of the product to the end user. Okay? We have good local knowledge. We can create collection solutions. And we also want to create improved awareness. And that's where our digital marketing comes in. We want to make sure that we are able to reach, say, 100,000 people, 1 million people who have come in contact with BB Solar's advertisements or awareness of solar. We want to deliver power to off-grid communities and underserved areas. That is the solution that we bring to the table. On the agent side, the agent challenges, we want to improve their commissions. And for us, we think that an agent must earn minimum of 5% commission. We think that when an agent sells a product, they should get paid. They should not be paid based on collection. This is what I presented to the USAID that made us to win the voice training. And I presented it to funders as well. This is the core of the business. So I want you guys to understand it because we're about to take off. A skilled work, high morale. We need to increase the morale of our agents. We need to keep them happy, keep them on their toes, show them, and Muyo, you can link this to the Aspire training, right? Okay, when we say high morale, we need to show them who they can be. Many people have a low self-esteem. Many people are struggling from our education to our parental situation, to our home situation, to lack of money. Many people's morale is at the bottom. But when you show people that, look, you can become successful, you can become rich, you can overcome your situation. We need to show them what the potential is for them. We need to pump up their morale. Many people will tell you, oh, I don't have work, there's no job, there's no this, but they're not doing anything about it. We need to change their mindset to a productive mindset. The Bible says, he that does not work does not deserve to eat. So we need to show them that you can eat, you can be successful, but you have to do the work, and there's a plan for it. Then we can make them a skilled workforce by offering them training. Now, if you go to the beginning of this document, right, it was March 22. Now we are training them, GDC training, okay? So for each of those areas that we have highlighted, we have a strategy to make it work. Improve product training. That would address the issue of low product knowledge. We need to simplify. When people say solar, what do they mean by solar? How do they differentiate the products? How do we simplify the product knowledge? So when you say Pico Solar, What are the elements of a solar system? The solar panel, how do you measure it in wattages? The battery system, how do you measure the battery system in mAh or volt amperes? The lighting system, how do you measure light in lumens? Runtime, how do you calculate how long your solar product will last? We need to have a uniform way of describing every single product in a simple manner so that people can easily distinguish between product A and product B and know the value that they are getting. A simple exercise, and Moyo will probably know this better than myself or most of you. When you look at the total home system, people will always tell you that it is expensive. You know why? Because when we sell the total home system, we say we are selling 1.4 kVA for 3 million naira. People will tell you that no, but they have bought 6 kVA for 2.5 million. But what they don't know is that there is capacity. What the capacity of your system is 3 kVA. What's the instantaneous power? It can be 6 kVA. Other people in the market will be selling you instantaneous power, not the capacity. So how do we, yes, go ahead, Tokumbo. You need to unmute yourself.
I didn't get that very well, your last statement, because of the network.
Okay, so I'm saying that the products, right? So if you look at the solar products, okay, people will say, oh, 3 kVA, we are selling 3 kVA as an example for 3 million naira. People will tell you it's expensive, that they can buy 6 kVA for 3 million naira. But what they don't know is that the 6 kVA they are buying, that's not the actual load. That's the instantaneous power. The normal consistent load is 3 kVA. So when we say we are selling 3 kVA solar, we mean that the load is 3 kVA, but instantaneous power is 6 kVA. When competition is selling their own product, they'll tell you they are selling 6 kVA for the same amount that you are selling your 3 kVA. When people buy the product, it does not meet what they want it to do for them. And that's why most people have a negative experience of solar in Nigeria. Okay, let's move on, right? So once we're able to do all of this, improve commission, high morale, skilled workforce, and improve product training, we would have created a highly motivated workforce that is capable of delivering products and services to the last mile end user. And that's our solution, and that's our goal. Okay. Our market size, we've described the market size, say 80 million Nigerians don't have access to power, but we are focusing on the Southwest. Again, for so many reasons. I mean, we had President Abuja, the North has, Kaduna, Niger. There are so many other markets that we would like to go into, but there's insecurity in most parts of the North. So that's a limiting factor for us. But more importantly, right, charity, they say, begins at home. So we want to even conquer, we don't want to spread ourselves too thin, right? We want to master what is it called now? A location that is contiguous, okay? A contiguous location. So Lagos, Ogun, Ibadan, Ondo, very small niche area. Once you have mastered that area, we can then expand. And we can expand using different strategies. We can expand as a franchise. We don't have to go there ourselves. Okay? But this is the market that we are looking at. Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, Lagos, Kwara, Ekiti, Osun, and Edo. We have presence in Abuja, but we can even leave Abuja for now. So let's focus on just this market. That if I say Tokumbo, go to Edo or go to Delta, or go to Ekiti, or go to Osun, go to Kwara, it's probably 6 hours journey at the most, right? We're not saying go to the north, go to Meduguri, go to Nasarawa, or go to Benue. We want to start from a manageable geographical base. And when you look at the economic data, right, we carefully chose these locations. We worked with NPSP. We had a grant to work with NPSP, and we selected this market over a 6 to 7 month period. So we have done a lot of work, right, in arriving at where we want to be. Now we need to implement. One more important information, the government of Nigeria is trying to create 5 million new solar connections under the Solar Niger program. The Vice President launched it in Jigawa, and I think he came to launch it or is planning to launch it in Lagos State. 2 years ago, under the Lagos State Resilient Plan, I think the chairman of the Lagos State Resilient Board, he made a statement. He said, if anything that will work in Nigeria must first work in Lagos. Lagos is the economic hub of Nigeria, right? So we must test our business in Lagos and make sure that it works in Lagos. Okay. So what's our business model? Our business model is designed to deepen the uptake of solar solutions in Nigeria. It's a carefully thought through business model. The first pillar of our business model is that we partner with credible original equipment manufacturers. So our partners must be credible. They must be known. Their brand must be visible. Our number one partner is Total. We're partnered with Zola. We're partnered with Sun King. The only issue we have with Sun King is that the margins on their product are very low. So our OEMs must be credible. They must be international organizations. Their products must be good. Their products must have minimum of 2 years warranty. Their products must meet what we call the Lighting Global Standard. That's what credible OEM means. They must be people of honor. We partner with Azuri. Azuri is an English, in the UK business. That relationship didn't go very well. And that's something that we need to look into. Where is Itunu? Itunu, if both of you are sharing a system, we need to see both of you. Thank you so much. Okay, print screen. Right? Number 2, we're a brand agnostic distribution company, meaning that we are not only selling one brand. As long as you are credible as an OEM, we'll work with you. Okay, Moyo, please remind me of the name of the other company that we had a meeting with. We had a meeting with SolarWorks, and then we had a meeting with another company in Nigeria. I'm trying to remember, they're a major company. I don't want to go out of, I don't want to start searching my computer to look for them. But we had 2 meetings. Which company does Moyo work for? The gentleman called Moyo that we had a meeting with. Can you remember Moyo? Schneider, thank you so much. Okay, so we're also talking to Schneider to onboard their products. Those are pipeline works that we have done. Then financing solution. We need to look for how to fund the products. I won't do pay-as-you-go again, but we'll look for ways that in which we can finance pay-as-you-go, right? And we think that the best way is for commercial institutions like banks, credit and thrift organizations who have experience in collecting loans to fund the pay-as-you-go. Then technology for last mile distribution, right? This is how we set up our business, okay? Now we're doing digital transformation. How do we use technology for digital marketing? How do you use technology for customer services? How do you use technology for order management? How do our agents order? Do they have to come to the office? We used to have people from Shagamu come to the office every week. People from Ikorodu. Ikorodu is far. People from Akonwojo, people from Badagry, people from Epe come to the office. How do we leverage technology? How do we leverage third-party logistics to ensure that our agents don't need to come to our office? We can get the products to them. They can order their products. We can use WhatsApp, okay, to do order management. We can have an inventory tracking system where we know that, okay, once an agent, what we call them a reorder level, once an agent that sells 100 products every month, once their product gets to 20, they should reorder. Then we arrange delivery to them. How do we use technology for that? What kind of inventory tracking system are we keeping? What is our warehouse organization like? Is it first in, first out? The products, they have a lifespan. You shouldn't keep solar products for more than 6 months without recharging the battery. So what inventory methodology are we using? Is it last in, first out, or first in, first out? Because of the battery shelf life, we have no choice but to use first in, first out. How do we arrange our warehouse? How do we keep our products so that we have minimum dwell time when the product is passing through our system? And then again, collection and payment system. We want to design a system whereby collection and payment is easy for our customers, which is why after our series of pilots, we decided that number one, when we're doing our persona, for the digital marketing, we have said that, look, our customer must have a smartphone. That is BB Solar's customer, not the agent. So when we're doing digital marketing, we are targeting people that have a smartphone. And we're saying that if you have a smartphone, we think you will have a bank account. Am I correct? Is there anyone that has WhatsApp or doesn't have bank accounts? Are there people that have WhatsApp but don't have bank accounts? You can put your answer in the chat box. And we can challenge your assumptions. This is our assumption that if you have a smartphone, a WhatsApp, okay, you would have a bank account. Okay, and what products are we looking to sell? Total Home Sunshine and the Zola Flex are our flagship products. These are the products that I want to push in the market. 35,000 Naira and somewhere around 200,000. Okay. Now, addressing the challenge and our operational methodology, we are building a brand agnostic distribution platform using a hub and spoke model. Now, when we say distribution infrastructure, what is the infrastructure? We are the infrastructure. Our agents are the infrastructure. It's not a building. It's not necessarily an app. Our infrastructure is the agent network that we are building. Now, this takes us to the individual roles of people. Rachel, this is where we need you to pay full attention. So I'll wait for you. Okay, great. Step one in the process is recruitment. Recruiting agents is the most important part of our process. So again, when you go to the Aspire training, agent recruitment is the first one. And we built all of this about 3-4 years ago, even for that training. Number 2 is collating agent orders. How do agents make their orders? Number 3 is managing the agents to sell to the last mile. So we must train the agents on how to sell. The agents are our life wire. So they must know how to sell, they must know how to manage their customers. And then step 4 to complete the loop is that we must continuously manage those agents. So some of us will move from digital marketers and customer care, will end up moving to agent care. As the business begin to ramp up, some people will move to agent care, and your job is just managing agents. For now, we'll do the customer service, we'll do the lead generation, we'll do agent management together during this training period. If we are successful, right, we'll probably have 20 more people in our customer care department that we are now supervising, maybe for 4 people. But then there's something called agent care, there's customer care, there's sales, and there's technical support. But this is how we plan to address the challenge. This is how our business is structured. And what is our impact over the next 5 years, right? We believe that we should be able to sell 300,000 products over 5 years and create 1,425 jobs along the value chain. Okay, so retailers, agents, and installers. And there's a ratio for it. Okay. Management team, there's been some changes, right? Again, it will keep changing, but this is what we presented at the time. Bam is out, Tommy is on freelance, Funke is, some of you know, Funke is a lawyer, so she's actually supporting us on the legal side. And depending on her schedule, she might come in at some point in time, but she does all of the legal work for us. Okay, good. So what's our competitive analysis? Lumos is one of the leading solar providers in Nigeria. They are partnered with MTN, right? But they're not still touching rural. Solar Sisters, they are doing a lot of work, but they are an NGO, right? They are not for profit. Maybe we might even need to move to an NGO model because there might not be profits in what we're doing. But Solar Star is a not-for-profit organization. When you look at their books, they may not be bothered about costs. M-Kopa has recently come into Nigeria. They've done very well in East Africa, but I think they are struggling in Nigeria. The other thing is product design. Most of these people design the product for rural areas. Nigerians don't want a rural design. Nobody wants to put a product in their house that makes them look like they're from the 18th century. We like fine things in Nigeria. And that is where the Zola design makes perfect sense. When you see the M-Kopa product, even if somebody dashes you, you might cost the person. But the Zola product actually takes that into cognizance that they want to deliver a nice to see product for a culturally woke and aware society. So we must stop saying solar is for rural people. That's what we also need to change. If not, the whole of Nigeria is rural. Akute, Olambe, Badagry, Ikorodu, Epe, even Bagada is rural. There's no lights. Let's stop calling one place rural and the other. No, the whole of Nigeria is rural. So let's not, Rachel, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Rachel.
No, I was supporting you when you said the whole of Nigeria is rural, and then you mentioned Bagada. So
Is
just
Bagada
supporting what you're saying.
is Bagada rural?
Yes, sir. Yes. Everywhere in Nigeria is rural. Everywhere in Nigeria is a rural area. We're still developing.
Okay.
Even Lekki, they don't have good water.
Lekki is a slum. Anyway, so what's our competitive market advantage, right? And we'll do, this is like doing our SWOT analysis. We've not shown our weaknesses, but we can do our SWOT as well. But what are the strengths that we have? We have good partners. So our products are good. We are brand agnostic, so we can take on board any products. We don't have inventory pressures because we're not storing a lot of inventory. When we're doing Azuri, we have 3,000 products in the office. There was pressure. Every day you go to the warehouse and you see all those solar products. We're putting pressure on our people to sell. There's a lot of pressure. Inventory creates pressure. Okay, we are doing multi-product solutions through partnership. So we'll have as many partners as possible, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, so that we can give different product offerings. We've got strong research capabilities. We are focused on the agents. We want the agent to make money. Now, somebody asked a question last week that, are you agents? I think it was Rachel that asked the question. You're all agents. Because once you begin to sell, once you start our digital marketing and you start closing sales, we'll be paying commission in addition to salary. So we want our agents to earn a decent living. We want the agents to make money. And we have strong support infrastructure. We have a call center. We have people like you that are willing and able to support the agents. And we are flexible. We've also gained experience from pilots and multi-brand deployment. We can talk about different products. Sorry, I think there's some charts. Let me just read them. Okay, sorry, Rachel. You might need to use headphones that are comfortable for you, as long as you can fit into the computer jack. Okay. Yeah, so we've had experience from different product deployment, right? We are partnered with Total, LSETF, Zola, Googler, and we're talking to SolarWorks as well. And all of this relationship, we now need to begin to milk them and use them. And that's why I said that we're about to launch. Everything we have done up till today or up till June is like trying to launch. We now need to go into action. And when you look at your roles, the roles that we created for you people, the roles are tied to the various functions. So gender and impact, you're going to be dealing with people like LSETF, USAID. Itunu, you're going to be dealing with our partners, Total, Zola, Moyo and Tokumbo. You're going to be dealing on the technical side with our partners, SolarWorks, Schneider, Total, Zola, Sun King. Eniola, you're going to be creating content. Adela, you're going to be managing customers that are walking. And Rachel, almighty Rachel, you're going to be recruiting all of our agents. Adela will also support you in that. Now, you need to understand your role, that each of you, your role is fundamentally important to the success of the business. And you need to begin to take it very seriously. If you want to speak, unmute yourself. I can't hear you if you are muted. Now, okay. This shows our financial projections, right? And what we need in terms of funding. But this probably You know, what is important for us on this is agent commission minimum of 5%. We have a retailer structure, and then logistics, OPEX, net margin, diffusion rates. How many products are we selling per local government? For us to be successful, we must sell 100 products in a month per local government. If we say Lagos State has 20 local governments or 40 local governments, we need to be selling for every local government that we go into. For us to be successful, that local government has to get to a point where every month from 0, they need to hit 100. So when you are reporting, if I say, give me status update reports on your local government that you are managing, what I want to hear is that my local government has moved from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, if until your local government gets to 100 sales per month, that is when that local government begins to make sense. Again, you have the presentation, you're going to read it, ask questions in the group, and I'll try and explain them beyond this training. Okay, I'm not going to go through the numbers, but I want to go. So strong financial growth driven by an increase in agent network. Everything that we are doing, and I'm going to be using Amazon as an example a lot. We need to understand and understudy Amazon. Amazon is focused on their customer. Our focus is on the agents. We exist to serve the agents. The agent is our customer. We want to make the agent happy. We want to make the agents be able to succeed. Once our agents succeed, we will succeed. So without agents, we don't have a business. Our digital initiatives is just a buffer to support the agents. It is the agent network and the agent infrastructure that will grow our business. So essentially, we exist for the agents. April to June 2021, we're supposed to do Lagos State Agent Network rollout. We failed on that. But it was meant to be a pilot. Let's test the ground. Well, we didn't achieve that. July to December, it is still Lagos State. So now we are under pressure to ramp up agent rollout in Lagos State and also begin to sell in Lagos State. It therefore means that our Southwest pilot may be moved into next year. We're going to see about that. And then subsequent growth is driven by ramp up in agent network across Lagos State and Southwest plus Edo. Again, if anything to take away from this slide, it is that our business is driven by agents. All of our efforts, or 80% of our efforts, right, should focus on agent management, making the agents perform, making the agents succeed, recruiting and having a decent pipeline of agents. And then we'll look at what makes up our agent network. Okay, this is money that we're looking for. This is something that I'll be dealing with again, Josephine, the gender and the impact team together with Itunu will work with me on raising money. So far, I have funded the business from my pocket, and that pocket is running low. Right? We need to raise money. Okay, we need to raise money. Okay, beyond income, we need to raise extra money. So we can improve the salaries that we pay, so we can invest in infrastructure, so we can invest in marketing materials, etc. From a design perspective, we need to do danglers for our retailers. At a minimum, right, for 40 agents, to kit up 40 agents, we need 600,000 naira. No, to do point of presence in 40 LCDs in Lagos State, we need between 40,000 naira, 600,000 and 1.6 million just for branding to have 40 points of presence in Lagos State. We need money to order products. We need money to run a pay-as-you-go pilot project. But when it comes to investment, funding, etc., it will work closely with me to manage that. That is not your headache, but you need to understand the global picture. We want to access 500 million from CBN under the Solar Niger project. These are all the things we need to do. These are my high-level goals. And as we go into the next presentation, you will see why this is important. Now, your role in all of this, right, is to make this happen. Now, what are the risks that we see? Risk and mitigants. FX exchange risk. Our Naira is getting weaker by the day. There's constant debate about that. Okay? But, well, prices will go up, maybe. Our margins may be thinner. Human capital risk. High turnover in staff and agents. When we started in February or January, we had what's this girl? Taiwo, Asanat Famuiwa, and we got a driver back. When Moyo, Adiola, and Bami resumed, they chased away Hasanat and they chased the driver. Very wicked people. And then when you guys resumed, when the new cohort resumed, right, people chased Bami away. Okay? So yes, we anticipate that there will be high turnover in staff and agents, but we need to put in place a strong human capital framework and a gender mainstreaming program. We're also trying to engage cross-boundary for support. How can they help us create a framework that makes BB Solar a great place to work? We think that the risk of human capital risk is medium, but that risk is there. People will come and people will go. But we want to reduce the turnover. Again, this document was prepared in March. It wasn't prepared yesterday. I haven't changed anything in it. Inadequate capital. I bear the pressure. If there's no money, if you can't pay salaries, as long as you work in the firm, we owe you to pay you, whether you perform or not. So there must be sufficient money. I need to get a salary monthly as well. I've not been collecting salary for close to 6 months now. I've not been doing pro bono work. So I'm under pressure, right? We need capital to raise funds. Okay, hopefully people can join. Right? We need capital to raise funds. Where is this meeting still going on? Okay. And then low stock and inventory. If we have low stock and inventory, we will not be able to meet customer demand. So we need to secure more OEM partnership to increase inventory sources. These are gender mainstreaming program. We want to have somewhere around 60% female participation in the firm, and I think we're doing well currently. This talks about projects that we have done in the past to give you an example of what we have done. And this is our milestone. Thank you. I think we can bring the meeting to a close. since most of you have gone off, you can get the video and you will see what, I think we almost 100% run it up. Thank you and God bless.